Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is a story time video. Yes! Yay! I always want to do more of these, but I usually don't have a lot of stories to tell, at least I don't think I do. And then all of a sudden I was self-reflecting a little bit, and I have something to share. It has to do with my eye. I am not blind, just in case that's what you want my group. No, but it still has to do with my eye. And yeah. So let's start.
Okay, so I like to think that I take pretty good care of my face. I wash it, I put on witch hazel, speaking of which, I hope my order comes today because I just ran out. I cream, lotion, serum, all that stuff, and mask. So, color me surprised when, I think it's like a month, less than a month, that I came to Japan. It was like in January. No, it was like when school starts, so it was like around February. I start having this reaction on my left eye, where it was like very dry and like peeling. My skin was peeling. I think that was probably natural, but it was very weird. And it also was like I was punched or had a black eye because it was very dark around that area too. So it was very weird. I have no idea what caused it. Maybe I used too much peppermint oil for whatever, I don't know. And behold and behold, of course, my family called to check up on me, whatever. They noticed the eye, of course, and I don't know what to do with it, and they didn't know that. Just said I need what do you call it again? Moisture, which is funny because I've been putting moisture. I said I was creaming. I put cream on it, but it was not helping. So apparently need more moisture. So lo and behold, I decided to use Vaseline. Worst mistake ever. Oh my god. So I don't know if you saw this clip. It's on YouTube. It's Netflix clips, comedy with women. Hold on. Okay, Tiffany Haddish. I just found it out. It was by Tiffany Haddish. It's talking about going out and well, not touching, having a guy touch you with dirty hands. She said a joke about her. Let's just call it a. Yeah. So she was talking about her and how it became droopy. That's what happened to my eye. By the way, if you don't know the Tiffany Haddish story, it's when she allowed a boy with dirty hands to touch, not enter, but touch her, and then it escalated from there as things got worse and worse. But to be fair, she didn't have anybody, well, neither did I, to tell her what to do in that situation. As things escalated and got worse for her area. So it was very hilarious, actually, very funny. But as I live it to my version, also a panic. But now I can laugh at it, and apparently she did too. So yeah. Hold on. So, but in her case, she didn't have anyone, and unfortunately for her, it was an area where no one could see, and fortunately for me, it was an area where everyone could see. And also, I'm living in an area where they had internet and Google. I could research this stuff. For some reason, that thought did not cross me. So, yeah. Um, so, yeah. So, my eye then turned to a saggy old that was still peeling and had dark rings on it. So I had a black, a dry, droopily black eye. It was disgusting, and it was really even more noticeable because my right eye looked fine. It looked pretty much like a normal eye. So it was very weird and very off-putting, and I didn't like it. I didn't know what to do. So I had to stop using the Vaseline, but if I did, my eye would just continue to be dry and peel. And it was spreading from just my small part of my eye to all around my eye. It was disturbing. Oh my gosh. So then one day, coincidentally, I was walking around the Hakuin shop booth, Daiso basically. Well, this one was physically was Daiso, but anyway, not Scout sponsor. I was walking around and I noticed that what was I doing? Oh, one of the sections that I walked around, I just casually walked in just to look for more, what do you call it again? Sunscreen, see if they had any sunscreen or whatever. And I came across this BB cream, and it was for your eye. I'm like, okay, you know what? My eye cannot get any worse than it is than this creepy, old, saggy, black, peeling eye. So yeah. So I bought the BB cream and then I applied it on, but there was no effect, and it was still kind of burned. I don't know why. I don't know how. It doesn't burn now. Amazing enough, I apply it now, and it doesn't burn my face. But when I applied it the first time, it kind of burned. So I stopped putting it on, and I continued putting the Vaseline. My eye got worse. Go figure. So then I had to stop putting and then I put the BB cream with Vaseline. It didn't burn, but my eye wasn't getting better. Instead, it started looking more and more saggy than anything. So then I decided to stop putting Vaseline on, and just deal with the slight pain I felt, and I stopped putting too much pigment around that eye, and just put oil in the rest of my face. And behold and behold, it worked. My eyes became less saggy. They were still dark and still was dark and peeling, but it was less of a saggy. So I was grateful for that. Eventually, it stopped peeling altogether as I continued applying the BB cream and everything else, and I don't put too much peppermint on my eye or essential oils around my eye, and just put it around the eye, and I started showing improvement to where it stopped peeling altogether. There was still a little bit of a dark spot, but eventually that also went away. So, lesson, don't put Vaseline on your eye. Just don't do it. Trust me, it's not worth it. But if you could find BB cream or something other substitute, and maybe not put too much oils, I guess, or essential oils around your eye, it'll be a good lesson. That's what I learned, at least. I hope it's helpful. I don't know if you have your own facial stories, for sure share it, and I could go for a good laugh nowadays, especially nowadays. I'm so busy with studying and stressed. Maybe I should talk about that too. Who knows? In another video, not now. But yeah. So, a little talk about what I'm doing in this video. Instead of enjoying, I don't know, an eye, which I usually like to do, is usually I like to draw eyes. But in this video, I decided not to draw an eye. Why? I have no idea. I have no skills. I just didn't want to draw it. So instead, settle for what I have in this video, which is. And to finish this video off, I just want to add something about what I'm doing in this video. The pictures that you saw in the beginning, what I'm redrawing, basically, is a redraw. I've been wanting to do this, and I decided to do it for this video because reasons. I didn't draw these, by the way. These were printed long time ago, way back then, like at junior high, when there were no apps and internet was still fairly new. There were more stuff on the internet, but it's still not a lot. And I came across this very rare website. I don't remember what website or where I got it from, but I enjoy it because you can make characters, design characters, and print them. That's the best part, you can print them. And here's another extra story time to tack on to this. So you get 2 story time in one video. Yay. So in this video, I was, what do you call it? Oh, because I like to print these, my mother would get mad at me for wasting her her printer ink, and she'll get mad at me. So to have a reason to print characters, I decided to make a story with as much characters as possible to have an excuse to print these characters. And I kind of got away with it too. She got mad at me, and she's like, "Okay, this is enough." After a while, she got me to cut off after printing. I remember there was 5 members of the family plus the 2 friends. No, 6 people in the family plus the 2 friends plus me. So yeah, about that much. I think I also had the main character. I don't know. So it was a bit. So I got off with a bit of characters printed. And the characters that I decided to redraw were the ones that were supposed to be the main character's friend, Jolie, and I think her name was Ron? Neil, sorry. His brother, her name was Ron. Her friend Jolie and Neil. I didn't recognize or realize it. I think I did when I first did it, but now looking at it again, I'm like, I didn't. Well, I don't think I had a lot of colors to choose from, so. But it was very matchy because orange top and blue bottoms. Only difference is being their shoes. He has black shoes, she has white shoes. But they're close and they have shorts. She has a short skirt. He has shorts. Very closely matchy. And then not really thinking too much, but a little bit of the characters of what I could guess. The gist of the characters. There wasn't much characters there. Oh yeah, spoilers. I never wrote the story, by the way. I just got to the story map and that's it. I just made the characters and I get like a little sequence of like, yeah, I'm gonna make a story out of this. I never made a story out of it. My mother's probably watching this, but anyway, the gist of it is, yeah. So, well, so then I want to redraw these, but in my style. I want to take what I printed and what I designed and make them. Not only just my style, but actually redraw the characters in general. I didn't really like the clothing as much on them, and how I would have changed them and give them more characteristics. I don't know if you could tell the characters, but yeah. So hers was a lot of round shapes. His was some more triangle, but then more squares on the bottom as you go down from his head, shoulders down was more square. In general. So yeah, with that in mind, and that would be like, again, there's not much story going on here. I feel like she would be the more serious one, but she could hang, have fun or whatever whenever their friends are having fun. But she's like the more serious one somehow. Also known as gentle one, I guess. Not gentle. Willing to play. Very willing to play, I guess. This is where I'm going to. But even though she's very strict and rigid with herself. He is not so strict or rigid. He's more playful and fun. Doesn't think anything serious and more laid back. I think that's what general I was trying to go with. So I was trying to make them like different but also the same. He's trying to go with. But yeah. But although he's very playful and laid back on himself, he will take your concerns or whatever very seriously and will help you. There you go. So, kind of a balance between the 3 friends. Well, 2. I didn't really bother with the main character. So, yeah. So with them, and then I wanted to draw them. So you saw the first drawing in the very beginning. That was the first attempt. I didn't like how it looked. I like the background as far as it goes, and I like how she looks. Her body. I didn't like her head. I didn't like his head. I didn't like his head proportion to his shoulders. It looked too small. So I just decided to redraw it, and I took a lot more references this time. I took a few the first time, like 1 reference, and that was for his body, for Neil's body, but this time I took more references. I like this one generally a little bit more. I'm also realizing how I could utilize my marker style a lot better. better. Using by using color pencils and utilizing and figuring it out. So yeah, I like this one generally a lot more. Yeah, and I'm after focusing and figuring things out and drawing and using a lot more references. I have no idea what this pose is or what this composition is supposed to relate or story tell. Again, I didn't really think that hard as well. There was a few things I want to fix, which was both of their heads and faces. I didn't like how it looked in the first one, so I fixed it in this one, and I like it. Generally like it. Body proportions. Is it work? Is it a head to body proportion? Yes. I like that. Is there more shading? Definitely, there's a lot more consistent shading in this. I like that too. Also, I like how it worked his skin was oversaturated. I feel like in the original, I liked how dark it was, but I didn't like how oversaturated. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I wish his skin was more darker, but not saturated. Like you could see the lights more. I think you've seen that one too. I think I should have went with what I did the first time, the color in the skin the first time. I just don't remember the colors I put, which is why when I did the second time, I actually put the colors down and wrote the colors down on this one. And also, I could have gone with the color pencils with those colors too, realizing the color pencils definitely help. I originally to do is draw my skin darker, but as I used it throughout the drawing, it really does help using color pencils to add more shading instead of going with more markers, especially with limited markers and colors and oversaturated markers. That's what I'm getting with my coloring style. So I'm very happy and proud, and I feel like I learned a lot through this drawing. At least using markers and coloring in my color drawing style. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. And I'm very proud of it. Also, I feel like he's still a little bit, his shirt is still a little bit stiff, although I add a lot of shading, and there you can see a lot of shading in his shirt still. I don't know, still look kind of stiff to me, but I think that's because of his pose. His arms are definitely long, I know that, but I actually kind of like the length of his arms. I don't know why. It gives me alien feelings, and I love it, and I'm just here for it. Maybe because I don't know where his torso really ends. I drew it and then I forgot where I put it. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for listening to my 2 stories in one, and my talk about my art and my improvements. So, till next time, laters.